with Rico Robles is about to go live online. Catch All Out Monster hit music, All Out celebrity interviews, All Out showbiz and sports news, All Out fun, an exclusive on the Monster. Catch the stream on the Monster Facebook page at RX931, the Monster YouTube channel at RX931, and twitch.tv/Monster RX931. Your All Out host, Rico Robles. Stand by and enjoy the program.
Hey, what's up, Monsters? Another Monster exclusive, you know what it is. And we got none other than Alexander23.
What up?
Hey, my
Thanks
man.
for having me, man.
How you doing? How you doing? Great to meet you.
You as well.
First time in Manila.
First time ever.
What's the expectation when you first found out that you're going to be here?
I was excited. I mean, like, I feel like you ask any U.S. artist and they'll tell you that Filipino fans are like the best fans in the world.
Yeah.
So it's good to be here.
And you know, with you working on music, so you came from Cebu. How was that experience?
Cebu was sick. Cebu was sick. We spent the day like kind of on the water a little bit, and then the show was insane. Like people were going nuts.
Saw the video, man.
Yeah.
Everybody's like jumping up and
super
down.
crazy. So it was cool.
That kind of thing. I mean, was that something that you always dreamed of, you know, halfway around the world, people singing your songs when you were first songwriter?
I mean, like, I couldn't even really like conceive of it back then. Like, this still feels like surreal to me. But like, I feel like a lot of artists nowadays kind of came up like on laptops, and for me, like, I came up like playing shows and bands and stuff. So like, playing shows has always been where I feel like the most at home.
And when you're talking about playing shows, when the pandemic happened, everybody, of course, had to stay home in their laptops. How was the process for you as far as working?
Yeah, I was just talking about this actually. Like, I felt pretty lucky, you know, because I write and produce my music, most of it alone. So like, I could still just kind of make records and stuff. And a lot of people, you know, obviously didn't have that experience. So it obviously sucked for a million reasons, but like, I was at least still able to like try and work, which
was it harder
nice.
to get inspired?
Oh yeah, it was way harder, yeah.
Because usually you kind of get away to write the songs.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
You gotta go like live a little bit and then write about what you lived, and like, you know, when you're just like stuck in your house and there's not that much new shit to write about. So I was like digging up old stuff, you know? I'm like, oh, what was the breakup 4 years ago? What was that about, you know? So
look at the pictures. Oh, I remember her.
Exactly.
Now, you know, Alexander23, I was gonna ask you this. Well, I'm gonna ask you this now. You're from Chicago, you're from Illinois. Is that Jordan? Is it what?
Yeah, that's part of it. I mean, I grew up playing basketball. It was important to me.
Yeah.
You know, I still play all the time. But I was born on the 23rd as well.
Okay. Did you know that FIBA's here and all the players
are
here?
We just saw some of the players last night out when we were out.
Which
was cool, yeah.
You could see Luca.
I saw Luca. He was right across from us. Carmelo Anthony was out. SGA was out. RJ Barrett. It was cool.
Hey, cool. You know, back to your music, you know, as far as making the songs, when you're writing for other people and it was becoming hits, you know what I mean? I mean, how did it feel that you're like, all right, cool. It's like, that's a hit. Now, when is it the right time for you to step out and be like, all right, I'm gonna do my hits? Yeah,
I mean, it's funny, like, I'm kind of transitioning back into making my music right now. Like, this year has been, and it's been amazing. It's been a great year. I've enjoyed it so much, but it's been a lot of like producing and writing for other people. And I'm definitely feeling ready to like get back to making my own music. And I didn't release that much music this year, and next year it's gonna be like a storm of music. It's gonna be a lot.
And what's the mode like when you're writing for other people? What kind of Alexander do we see? And then when it comes to writing for your own music?
Yeah, I mean, I actually find it easier to like make music for other people, because there's not this like insane pressure to make something that like fully aligns with who you are. You know, I get to kind of like just be someone else's co-pilot and like just help their dreams come true to the best of my ability. Whereas like when it's my music, I have this habit of like kind of judging myself in the moment a little bit too much, you know?
So every single note, every single beat got to be right.
Yeah, exactly.
No line has to be.
Whereas
you know?
if it's someone else's music, I'm like, okay, we'll do this. Like it's way more like of a flow.
And when it comes to creating stuff, I mean, for you, when you work with somebody else, are you always open to like when they tell you this is your work and then they send it back to you? You know, you want to add this, want to add that?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like usually I kind of know what the deal is before we go into the session of like how the workflow is going to be. But yeah, I mean, like, I love collaborating with other people. It's funny because I don't really ever do it on my own music, so I feel grateful that I get to produce and write for other people, because it kind of scratches that itch.
Now for you, of course, here on the show, we do have all-out random questions, where we get to know you better, the fans get to know you better.
Right, let's do it.
You write for a lot of people. Who's the most famous person you got to kick it with, and how was that like?
Ooh, man, the most famous person I got to kick it with. That's kind of a tough question. It depends what you're into, honestly. I mean, I went on tour with John Mayer last year, which was like a dream come true for me. He's definitely been a hero of mine for a long time, and it's crazy now to get to call him a friend, you know?
And then is there any advice or anything he told you that you kind of kept in mind? Because he's a songwriter too, a great one as well.
So much. So I mean, I've learned so much from him. He's been such a great like resource for me. Like I feel very lucky that I have like a question about any of this stuff. Like I can just kind of just hit him, and he like will just tell me the answer. You know.
Yeah.
I feel like growing up, so many times I wonder what John would think of this or what he would do here, and now I obviously feel lucky I get
He's
to
a
just hit him.
huge dude with his hands on those frets,
Yeah,
man.
it's crazy. It's like he's playing a different instrument, honestly.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's given me so much good advice. Last time we were talking, he was talking about kind of keeping this song from like the neck up for the first part of the writing thing, and that really resonated with me.
Okay. And then you, for being now an artist, what was that one advice you gotten from somebody that up to this day you use?
Ooh, that's a good question. I mean, like I forgot exactly who was talking about this, but I think people are like pretty afraid to be corny, you know. And I think like the corniest thing you could do is like be afraid to be corny, you know. Like something you just got to be yourself, whatever that means to you. So,
You gotta learn to laugh at yourself.
exactly.
Sometimes.
I've tried to just learn to like kind of just be me and like double down on like whatever I'm good at and whatever I like.
And that's something surreal.
Yeah.
Most famous person you've met?
I've met? Oh man, I don't really know. One Direction boys, like
One
I don't know.
Direction, okay. How was that?
They were cool. They're nice guys.
Okay. How are you in the club? If you're gonna go out, go meet some people.
Depends how many drinks we're having.
Yeah.
you
What
know?
kind of game does Alexander23 got when it comes to Riz? What kind of Riz game you got?
I'm gonna let them find out for themselves.
Yeah. It's a game of no game, right?
Yeah.
A game of no game. That's what it is. Now, you know, also when it comes to travels and everything else, so far, what's the most interesting food you've eaten?
Ooh, I had some sisig last night.
How was that?
That was really good. I really enjoyed that. That was really, really
That's
good.
Anthony Bourdain's favorite dish.
Yeah, oh, really?
Yeah?
Yeah. I mean, I understand why. Like that was so good.
Yeah.
We had a feast last night.
So how did they explain it to you? How did they make you eat it? Are they like, did they tell you it's a pig's face? And-
Yeah, they kind of told us it was a pig's face. I'm cool. I'm a pretty adventurous eater. Like I'm
Yeah.
kind of down to try stuff. So it's hard to kind of like scare me out of eating something.
No, you know, you got a big show coming up. You know, you'll be opening for Love. I mean, what to expect on the show?
Yeah, I mean, like, Cebu is insane.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, everyone is saying, like, if you think that's insane, just wait for Manila. So I got high expectations, I can't lie. But
Yeah.
I'm really, really, really excited.
Now, you know, one of the things that people are probably watching this is there are a bunch of songwriters, just like yourself, up-and-coming ones, the ones that are still trying to get it started, getting out of their bedroom as far as the music's concerned. You have any advice, any tip?
Oh, man. Yeah, I mean, I have a bunch. I think I kind of was touching on it before, but I think like the best thing you can do is like find like your voice, find what like feels good on you, and then like really hone in on that and double down on that. So like whether that's like, you know, certain range sounds good on you, and you can really like I think like people get sucked into the trap of like trying to write the best song, and I think that's the wrong approach. I think the right approach is to write the best song for you, you know, and those are two different things.
Because you gotta perform it over and over and over.
Yeah, you
when
just
it
gotta
comes to
find
it.
like what works on your voice, what works, like what sounds. I think the biggest factor for if a song is good and is gonna perform well is like, is this song believable? Like believability is like all we're looking for, regardless of it transcends genre or anything like that. Like, do I believe these words over this beat coming from this person? And if the answer is yes, then the song's gonna resonate with people.
And what was that one line that you've written that you feel it's a classic?
Ooh.
That will define you at this very moment.
It's hard to not say, how can you miss someone you've never met? What is the word again? How can you miss someone you never met? Because I need you now, but I don't know you yet. I don't even know, honestly.
Wow. Look at all these ladies going crazy. He's like, oh, they
Going
just
so
said-
crazy.
Oh, man. That's beautiful. Where were you when you wrote that?
I was actually during the pandemic in LA.
And you were sitting there just looking out the window and...
Yeah. Sometimes you just get one. I mean, it's like so much luck. I think like a lot of it's just like putting yourself in the position to be lucky at the right time, you know? So it's like just spending time living, spending time in the studio, spending time getting better.
You just got to live life.
Yeah.
That's what it is, right? Now, you know, one more for me, as far as they say that songwriters are great in giving advice in love, whether it's, you know, if a person's heartbroken, what would you tell them?
It's funny because I think, we're good at giving advice and bad at taking it. You know? It's like, you get all these songs about heartbreak. It's like, if you just took your own advice, you wouldn't even be in this position.
True.
What was the question?
What's your advice for people out there who's heartbroken? And also advice for people out there who's in love.
Ooh, man, if you've got it, hold on, I'll say that. And if you're heartbroken, I think I try and look at it like as like, if you're heartbroken, like that means you had something worth being heartbroken over.
Mm-hmm.
And so you can either like be sad, or you can be sad and grateful that you had what you had.
And heartbreaks are for real.
Yeah, for sure. It sucks.
Because you write
That's why
good
there's a lot of
songs,
good songs about
and make
it.
millions, and that's life.
Yeah, at least I get to commoditize my heartbreak. You know, most people just have to sit in it.
All right, true. Okay, message for all the monsters that are tuned in. Of course, they're celebrating you being here and all your fans.
Yeah, I mean, thank you. I can't believe I get to be here and play music for you guys in person finally. So I promise it'll never take this long to get me here again. I'm coming back every year as long as I can. But thank you.
Take note of that every year. We're
Yeah,
not
you gotta
hold them
hold me to
accountable. All right, there you have it, monsters. Till then, once again, another Monster exclusive interview. Alexander 23. That's his birthday. He's from Illinois. He repping, of course, Jordan. Till then, my name is Rico. This has been another Monster exclusive interview. Peace.
Monster exclusive interview. Monster exclusive interview. Only from Manila.